The United States, 2022 will be remembered in its memory for its catastrophic flooding and storms, scorching heat waves, and relentless droughts. The nation encountered a staggering 18 disasters that inflicted damage exceeding $1 million each, surpassing the average record. Furthermore, the year marked a tumultuous start and end with severe winter storms that ravaged vast regions, from Texas to Maine, impacting tens of millions and resulting in considerable destruction. Over the summer, within 5 weeks, 5 rainfall events of 1,000-year volume struck St. Louis, eastern Kentucky, southern Illinois, California's Death Valley, and Dallas, resulting in catastrophic and occasionally lethal flash floods. A sequence of storms has struck California that have caused extensive destruction throughout the state. The aftermath included severe flooding of residences, landslides, sinkholes, road closures, fallen trees, and tragic loss of lives. The estimated cost of damage caused by these storms has already exceeded $1 billion, and predictions of further storms are approaching. During America's summer of flooding, there were remarkable scenes, such as a large building in Yellowstone being ripped from its foundations and swept away by surging floodwaters in June. The main road entrances to the national park were cut off due to what officials described as unprecedented flooding and took a month to reopen fully. A dozen motorists had to be rescued from their cars via windows due to intense rainfall that caused roads in Denver to resemble swimming pools in these floods. Also, in 2021, California witnessed wildfire seasons intensified by drought, resulting in wildfires and burn scars on mountainsides. It was followed by atmospheric rivers of heavy rainfall, which increased landslides and flooding. At least 12 atmospheric river storms, air corridors that can transport large amounts of water over long distances, have impacted California, causing cascading effects such as landslides, sinkholes, and fallen trees that have damaged homes and roads. Nancy Ward, the director of the California Office of Emergency Services, reported that in March 2022, a storm struck several areas of California, resulting in at least 2 fatalities. The snowfall heavily impacted the Sierra Nevada range, causing power outages for thousands of households. The event serves as a reminder of the significance of preparedness and adaptability when confronted with natural disasters and emphasizes the necessity for individuals, communities, and governments to take decisive measures to decrease the likelihood of such occurrences. The Central Coast experienced widespread flooding in January. The Maine coastal rail line that connects the San Francisco Bay Area to Los Angeles was closed down when a bridge at Honda Point within Vanderbilt Space Force Base had to undergo several weeks of repairs due to the flooding that eroded the earth that supports the bridge's footing. A section of the bridge over Chesapeake Creek near Fillmore washed away on January 10th, preventing the movement of freight trains on the Santa Paula branch line. State Route 33 was closed after a washout damaged the roadway. Several portions of the highway were also covered in muddy debris, along with other local highways in Ventura County. The Santa Barbara Municipal Airport was closed due to flooding. The Salinas River flowed above flood levels, resulting in road closures of bridges in Paso Robles and causing a levee to break near Salinas. In Merced, evacuations were ordered throughout the area because of an overflow at the nearby Bear Creek. In Bishop, the city exceeded its annual precipitation average by January 11th due to the floods. On March 10th, the levee on Parajo River failed, triggering flooding and forcing nearly 2,000 residents to evacuate. Another breach was discovered on March 13th, though authorities believe that breach may have helped ease flooding as it gave the river another outlet. Experts said the levees had been weakened by poor material selection, earthquakes, and rodent activity. In Soquel, about 450 people were stranded in their homes after a creek washed out onto the only road leading to their neighborhood on March 10th. A water main break also deprived residents of access to clean water. In Tulare County, a levee on Deer Creek north of the town of Allensworth breached the night of March 17th, forcing residents of Allensworth and nearby Alpac to evacuate. Officials said an individual had used machinery to deliberately breach the levee. In 2022, the National Guard was mobilized to address multiple natural disasters across the United States. 142,000 members were deployed to combat wildfires in 19 states, while 18,000 responded to floods in 8 states. Winter storm responses involved 12,000 members across 19 states, 1,700 provided assistance in areas impacted by tornadoes, and 1,000 responded to severe weather incidents and volcanic activity. According to the most recent global climate assessment by the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, there has been a significant increase in both the frequency and intensity of extreme temperature and precipitation events, resulting in more frequent droughts and floods. In a 2022 study, it was found that extreme flooding and droughts are becoming more deadly and costly, despite improved capability for managing climate risks. Today's extreme events are intensified by climate change, which make them more severe and often exceeds the capacity of communities to manage them. The main reasons why extreme flooding and droughts are becoming deadlier and more expensive, despite improvements in managing climate risks, according to a study published in 2022. While flooding has been a recurring event in the United States, the climate crisis is exacerbating and increasing its frequency. The latest national climate assessment conducted by the federal government reveals that heavy precipitation events have surged by 55% in the northeast U.S. since the 1950s, while they have grown by 27% in the southeast, including Kentucky. The Midwest, affected by the record St. Louis flooding, has witnessed a 42% rise in extreme rainfall during this period. In the past 7 years, the United States has witnessed 122 individual billion-dollar disasters, which has resulted in the loss of at least 5,000 lives and caused damages exceeding $1 trillion. Additionally, in 5 of the last 6 years, these disasters have cost over $100 billion. One reason for this high cost is the occurrence of 5 Category 4 or 5 hurricanes that hit the U.S. during this period, including Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, Maria, Michael, Laura, Ida, and Ian. Moreover, global warming causes alterations in the movement of the atmosphere and ocean. The temperature difference between the equator and the poles is the main driving force behind global wind. Long-term global climate change causes extreme weather patterns, making floods more likely. Flood risk is also increased by changes in land cover, such as the removal of vegetation, and by climate change. Thanks for watching this video.